Hello and welcome to the Theory Frenzy Grade 2. This covers all the requirements for the existing VCM examinations. So after the first few introductory pages and another example of the essential elements of music, we start on the lesson 1. So on the lesson 1, the teaching aims are to read up to 2 ledger line notes above and below the stave, and also to rewrite a passage at the same pitch, transposing from treble clef to bass clef. So first of all, you have all your ledger line notes, and it says for your grade 2 examination, you are required to recognise ledger line notes up to 2 ledger lines above and below the stave in the treble and the bass clef. And then you have a diagram here showing all the ledger line notes that you're expected to know for this exam. So use this table to make sure that you can actually learn all the ledger line notes and where they're placed on the stave. Then you have a little writing task where you have to write the following ledger line notes on the stave. So in box 1, it asks you to do a treble clef B note, then box 2, a bass clef C note, and then box 3, a bass clef E note. Now do remember that this is a ledger line exercise, so for box 2, it says bass clef C note. Obviously it means a middle C, as that's your ledger line note. So next we have a little page which describes rewriting the same passage from treble clef to bass clef. So the best way to get around this is really to remember where your middle C is in relation to the two staves. So your middle C in the treble clef is shown here, and then in the bass clef it is shown here. And then from that you can gauge whether the first note that you've got here that you're having to transpose is below or above the middle C. Now in this case it's below the middle C, so you're having to write a note below the middle C in the bass clef there. So once you've established that note, it should be quite easy to do, because then you just have to look at the stepwise movement to see whether the note's going up or down, or if it's going up 2 spaces or 3 spaces, and then just write the notes in the bass clef underneath. Then over on this page, you're reversing it around and you have bass clef notes and you have to transpose them into treble clef. And that completes lesson 1.